Happy Friday! That was quite the week. It just whizzed by. If you were in Alberta, you had a start holiday on Monday, so that in effect meant a 5-day week was crammed into a 4-day week. So it was go, go, go from start to finish. So if you made it to Friday feeling good today, thumbs up, good for you. Today I want to talk about labels. For most of my adult life, I desperately wanted to be able to hang a few labels on myself. It just seemed like life would be easier if I could identify in that way. I would know where I fitted in, if I could just fit the labels. But what I've found as I've gotten older is that I don't fit this end or this end on very many labels at all. I'm more in between on the spectrum for most things. I figured out in my mid to late 20s that really applied in terms of my sexuality and my racial background. I'm not at this end and I'm not at that end. I'm in the gray area. But the most recent one has been to do with food. So towards the end of last year, I started eating vegan, and politically I've been vegan for a long time. I completely agree with it. It makes sense. But I started eating that way around October, November. And what I found was that every now and again, I wanted to actually eat something else, such as a piece of fish. I had some oysters the other day, maybe a piece of bacon, or maybe I wanted to use eggs in my baking. And so what I found was I really wanted to be vegan. I really wanted to hang that label on my head because I respect the mentality. I feel that way politically, but what I've actually discovered is that yet again, I'm not at this end of the scale, being a carnivore, eating meat. I'm not at this end of the scale, being vegan. I'm actually on the spectrum, and once again, the label doesn't apply. I'm fluid. And so what I've been calling myself lately is a flexitarian. That seems to be the most appropriate way to describe how I eat. I'm sure there's going to be more and more of these examples as I get older and as I allow myself to fully express myself and just listen to what my body and my heart and my wairua and my spirit needs, that I'll actually be less and less at one end or the other. But it was just quite a shock to realize how attached I am to wanting to just fit myself into that little box. Today's weekend throwdown. What little box or label have you been trying to squeeze yourself into, or you gave it, maybe it worked for you 5 years, 10 years ago, but it doesn't quite work anymore and you're actually on a spectrum. It's more fluid than that. What can you let go of, put your ego aside and actually remove the label and just find out where you actually fit and what feels right for you today?